All right, we live. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us. This is GDL9, Trans Women in Women's Sports. We made it. Thank y'all for being with us. Thank you to our debaters, Marquise Rozier and Trey Scott. We just heard them debate, and this is our post-debate analysis with all the GDL commissioners, and we're going to break down tonight's performance. So, Mutor, you were moderating. What did you think during the moderation?
Yeah, I thought it was. They both came very well prepared to debate. It was a very kind of back and forth debate, but not with like loud, loud, cantankerous kind of battling, but like a battle of wits, more or less. So I really liked their style of debate. It was really entertaining to be a part of and to watch.
Yeah, I like that it wasn't an argument. You know what I mean? Like it was two people stating their positions, inquiring, being inquisitive about the other person's position, but it felt completely respectable.
It definitely did. Yeah.
I would agree. A little bit, but I like I said, I truly believe that this is still a competition, and even in a competition, it's still about going out there and competing. And many times that means exploiting your opponent's weaknesses. I think that so there were some missed opportunities. I'll just say
Such
that.
as this is the post debate analysis. So go ahead and share them.
Yeah, go for it.
I think that Trey made a very solid argument. And I think that his closing statement would have been even more solid had he had taken advantage of the fact that Marquise actually made a distinction between male and female in the questions, which is key in the whole debate. The reason why I say that is because he makes a distinction at the end talking about the use of steroids in order to bring testosterone levels down. And he could have used that argument, or it would have been better stated had he.
I think you're forgetting.
I don't agree. But go ahead, Bruce.
Trey tried to bait Marquise into that trap to shift from male, female to man, woman, and to convolute the language. And Marquise, you remember Marquise immediately backhanded that. He's like, "Nope, get that out of here. That's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about that."
He said, "I'd like to debate you on that on another debate." Like, remember he said that.
So he was very good at sticking to where he was strong. Trey tried to pull him in, but what I like about Trey, and if you remember, in previous debate, we see people get stuck on their losing argument trying to batter it in. Trey never did that. He moved right along. He just rolled with the punches right to the next topic smoothly. Never showed any signs of being flustered or anything, and took it right to the next one. And that's why I said it was very just it was like a passionate, a compassionate victory. Like it's just like I'm beating my opponent, but I'm not. It was Jeet Kune Do. He's fighting.
Somebody did, one of our viewers in a debate leaguer, they did post the comment that isn't the onus on the person arguing the affirmative to prove their point? And you are correct. Because at the end in his closing statement, Marquise, who was arguing the affirmative that it is unjust to ban trans women from women's sports, he said, Trey, I'm getting some feedback, y'all. He said, Trey, I never heard you prove your point that is okay to ban them or what. But Trey didn't. The onus was on Marquise to prove that it is unjust to ban trans women from women's sports. So a part of his closing statement argument wasn't Trey's responsibility.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that was Marquise he was throwing haymakers in. Which, I mean, I understand why he was trying to bring the debate back to, like, the fight back to his opponent. I see what he was trying to do. Like I said, I mean, I stand by what I said. I think that Trey's closing argument was good, but it could have been better had he exploited some of the missteps that were or the openings that were left open by his opponent. Now, I'm not taking anything away from either one of them. I think that both of them went out there and did good. And like, I completely agree with you, Bruce. Trey handled a very delicate topic with nun's gloves, right? He
Nuts club.
he cradled that mug and he made his point. He kept it moving. You're right. I didn't see any aggression. He didn't seem agitated. So yeah, I definitely give. Oh, and I would say that the question and answer round, I definitely get at the Trey. That's me though.
Really?
Did you
Because
see
I mean,
into?
yeah, I mean, you gave it to Trey. 'Cause I mean, I would have given it to Marquise. Based off the kind of, I mean, I think they were both equal for the majority of the debate itself. They both kind of brought their A games, so to speak. It's really hard for me to like pick who I thought won. I mean, I have my own personal view. I'm talking about the debate itself. And so, like what I like is that with the questions that were posed, that um, the idea of either having a trans league or getting rid of gendered competition, both were like, okay, yeah, we may be cool with that because Trey is not like anti-trans. He seems like a trans advocate, and and in his position, he wants trans to be shown in the best light, and to him, that would be a trans league where they could be the first, and not have to fall back to other genders leagues. I'm trying to be as PC as possible here. So, and I see where he was coming from, and also respected Marquise's point to see where he was coming from. So,
Yeah, they both made good points. I think that they both made good points. I mean, like I said, it's all about the debate, and I think that the lightning round. I would probably give the lightning round to Trey too. I'm gonna
um,
watch it again, definitely. You would disagree
I mean, I thought it was equal all the way through. I
all the
mean,
way through,
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I like
Mister
both of their debate style. Like, I
Doctor
thought it
Strobel?
was
What you think?
I got a clear sweep for Trey every
wow,
round,
wow. Okay,
every
okay.
round with a. You know what makes it interesting? It's none of the. I wouldn't have used any of his arguments. His argument, he argued it from a trans advocate perspective, which I did not expect tonight.
Right,
To say it's
right.
I mean, I expected it because I've spoken to Trey for years on Facebook.
it's
But go ahead.
unjust, not just because it's the erasure of women, but it's also unjust to the trans athletes to put them in those to force them into those categories. I hadn't even considered that approach, and he did it very eloquently. And he made a good point, and it forced Marquise to rely back to say, "Well, let's just go off of what the trans women want," but that's not necessarily the only people who get to make this decision, right? And he
Right.
also, not being a trans woman, he can't speak for trans. We don't know if trans women want their own league, so that's why when Trey brought up the league of their own approach, I
That
was
was
like, "Yeah, it was
ingenious.
fire right here."
That was ingenious. When he brought that up, I said, "Oh yeah, damn, that's."
I will reach. I'm gonna share this with some of my friends who are trans and get their perspectives on this because I would like to hear their thoughts on would they prefer to have a league of their own or do they want to be included in the binary gender leagues, which
Well, that was one of the questions that was posed during the Q&A round was about getting rid of gender sports, period.
Yeah.
And people are able to just compete, which, if I'm not mistaken, Trey was open to it. Didn't he agree to that? And so I felt like Marquise should have said, well, if you agree with getting rid of gender sports, then is it not unjust to ban trans women from women's sports?
I don't know if he agreed. He said it was an intriguing idea.
Okay. Yeah. He did say it was intriguing.
Did he? I felt like he was saying something in support of it, but
Then he fell back on you can't get rid of the realities of sex.
yeah,
You can't get rid of that biological reality, and
yeah.
So,
But you know what I was thinking? Like, okay, let's say they did get rid of gendered sports. I think, and I'm super pro black, that black people have an advantage. So I'm pretty sure Shaquisha in the hood could probably b-ball probably better than Mike from Ohio. And if we didn't have a WNBA and it was just the basketball league, we may have some more women ballers. You know,
Well,
some really tall, athletic, some Sherelle Sparks, just playing her game in the league.
well,
Maybe a couple, but it would eliminate a lot of women from professional sports if you only had one league. I don't think that would be fair. I think that's unjust.
and coming, I mean, I was a collegiate athlete. I was a collegiate swimmer, so I swam in college, right? There is a major distinction between male and females in the same event, in the same, like, which is say the 100-yard butterfly. There's a male's event and there's a female's event, and the reason why is because if you allow them to compete against each other, like Bruce said, it wouldn't even be fair for the women. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is not a blow to anybody. I'm just using straight numbers.
But like I said in another discussion that we had, what would end up happening is the recruitment would just change because there's different expectations. So if we were looking for more athletic, quote unquote, women with more muscle mass, we would just go somewhere where they were bigger, taller, stronger on average and recruit from there. Just like how recruiters go to Africa and they'll get like a Matumbo from a tribe of Africans who are on average like 6'10". Those dynamics would just change. And this is the nature of competition. But
just because I think what you're saying is that if we allow men and women to compete, then women will just get better and men will stay stagnant. I don't know that that's true. Like, I just don't see that.
But I feel as though if there was no gender, then all the teams could be mixed. You know what I mean? All the teams could have both males and females if we chose to do that.
You would just take the top performers. So only the most extreme best women would compete, at least in some of the more heavily physical contact sports. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like if we're doing boxing, for example, and you're saying there's no gender separation, that means we put Mike Tyson in with Layla Ali.
Oh my God.
That's fair.
Well, no, but then there's difference in weight classes. I mean, we're not going to put a bantamweight against a heavyweight.
Heavyweight, aren't they? Wouldn't they both be considered heavyweight?
Okay, so we can take her weight and have her fight. I think I don't think that's a good idea, just based off what I've seen before in gyms.
But that's personal choice. If it's not okay,
fair enough. But I'm just.
I think the interesting thing is tonight's question was about if it's unjust. You know, like the premise was based on, are we doing something unjust by saying, okay, in one area we recognize you as a trans woman, but when it comes to competing in sports, you can't do that. You can't, be a trans woman in women's sports. And so that was the premise that, that they discussed, and whether or not we think something is unjust or not. I mean, there are a lot of factors, obviously, from the conversation that we're having that go into that. And biology does play a part in that because there are factual biological differences between us. But how you work that out within a sports league, I think people can have an idea of how to do that and perhaps in their minds make it just, but I don't know, but it's back, especially to their performance. AJ, because you were in social media and paying attention, you thought both people had a good opening statement.
I thought that their opening statement was well prepared. They were within the time frame for the most part. The opening statement I would say that's definitely a tie. I'm not sure how y'all feeling, but I feel like that was a tie.
I thought Marquise's opening statement brought the fire. Honestly.
Yes. Okay. Now there we agree. The way Marquise opened, he jumped into it, and I was like,
he did.
Slows down, but and then he kind of got in his rhythm. But I felt like like Trey absorbed it, like he just absorbed it and then
Teflon.
my opponent, but you're wrong because 1, 2, 3. This is his nice
he
grandfather
was very
Santa Claus style.
he debated that yeah. He debated that. Yeah, he debated
I
that
mean,
very,
his
very delicate.
take was like Dr. Huxtable, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you think this is right? Well, hey, knucklehead, no, it's not. And
Mr. Rogers would be the person I'm thinking of. Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
Mr.
Hey, I want to see both of them come back for future debates. I
Absolutely.
like Marquise's style. I thought he was outmatched in this particular debate, and not that he was bad. I just thought Trey was better. But I definitely think I would like to see Marquise get some of our previous debaters on some other topics. Maybe him against a Cameron Montgomery, or put him in there.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think they would be good. But Mutor, you think that it was a draw, basically? Is that what you think, Mutor?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a draw. I don't think one like super dominated the other one, except for that opening statement. I think Marquise won that opening statement for sure, but everything else was pretty much equal to me. They all had their points, and they counted each other's points when it came up. I would have liked to have seen probably like more stats, because since Marquise is a stats guy. I mean, he did come with some stats, like, hey, the trans athletes aren't dominating the sports. But I thought Trey was going to answer that very easily by saying, hey, this is new ground. So, did he say? I mean, okay, then I may not have caught that. Like, you can't expect.
He said the transgender movement is pretty new. Did he say that?
I
think
it's going to grow, so we could expect more people presenting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that I didn't catch that at first, but yeah, if you did, then yeah, that's a good parry to that particular line of questioning. So overall, excellent debate.
One thing I really appreciated about this debate is that we had two black men. There's a lot of times black men in media, they always only show the guys who are loud and are going to say and make inflammatory statements and just be disrespectful and condescending. And what we saw here were two black men, both who were supportive of trans inclusion and just respecting trans individuals or transgender people. And I thought that was something good to see. And I saw the complaint saying that we shouldn't have had two men on this topic, but people have to remember we put these things out and then we take whoever signs up to debate.
Whoever signs up, right.
If we had two trans women or just two women to debate this, that would have been perfect. But we take what we get.
And if you have, we always make an appeal to join the league or recommend debaters. If it's not you yourself and you know somebody who would be great to debate, recommend them to the league and, and send them our way because it's open. Is somebody watching this on the second? But coming up next, we have GDL 10. Black culture is the real problem in Black America with, is it Menelik? Is that how you pronounce it, Bruce? Menelik versus McDonald's. So we have that coming up on okay, y'all, last time I messed up on the date. I wasn't looking right. It's 2 weeks from tonight.
Who was he debating?
McDonald.
Shayla.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Remember?
We got two Canadians. It's going to be our first international matchup.
Yeah. So that's on the 10th, September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, GDL 10. Black culture is the real problem in Black America. So that'll be our next debate. Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for being with us. GDL9, tune in. Stay with us as we continue to grow the league. We appreciate your support.
Make sure y'all vote.
Vote in the poll. Bruce already has it up. To who was the greater debater? Make sure that's the way you vote.
And we're gonna say it again. Who is the better debater? Not who do you agree with? Because we already know from our results that a lot of people kind of agree with one side. Who is the better debater?
Somebody gave us an
Yeah.
angry face emoji. I want to know why.
I
Yeah, me
also
too.
want to know why.
What you angry about?
You got
What you
30
angry
seconds
about?
before we get off the air. You
Yeah,
better
put it in the comments, and we'll see. But we're about to go off if
I kind of want to.
not.
I kind of want to start see what the issue is.
All right.
Okay, they didn't put it in the comments. All right.
All
Well,
right.
y'all have a good night. We'll see you later.
Have a nice
Peace.
night.
All right, peace.